Alright guys, so back here, so here's the 596 heads again. So basically what I've been doing on these, so I sandpapered, I believe the last video showed I sandpapered in some of the valve job here. I'm gonna spend more time on that. However, what I did to the chambers, basically, I used this Dremel, and like, actually, I waited for this last one I did. Let's see if that catches it. Yeah, not really. Okay, so for this last one I did, you can see I waited to till it wore down on the end. But basically, I used the sandpaper, went around the edges, and just made sure there was no sharp edges on the edge of the chamber because that was not done, the deburring. But well, can't get everything. Um, let's see. And then, oh yeah, and then what I did. So I used a bunch of these cartridge rolls, like this one here. This one's used up. And basically, I just use these valve protectors, or old valves, and I had those on, so it protected the valve job, and I just took out any of the sharp things and rolled it back in. And then also some of these edges here, I kind of blended into the chamber. And basically that's what I'm doing for the chambers. I finished on this head. The other head is still sitting over there. So I have the same equipment before my mask I wear. This time I'm trying something new, so I'm putting these in case there's any dust getting through. And then obviously it's wet, so wet towel thingies. Um, Safety glasses with the rubber things around them. Good hearing protection. And now, if you guys can see, I am using this as well to get any of that extra dust, especially because it's really fine dust with the sandpaper. Um, just so I can protect myself as much as possible. And like I said, I'm gonna probably use the sandpaper here to fix any irregularities anymore, especially on the exhausts here too. Um, Especially on this part of the exhaust, and it's gonna take a lot of time, but it'll be worth it. And then I once again I am also still waiting for the mantle to come in for these buddies, because then I'm going to use these buddies, and I'm not going to come this way. No, I'm going to put the vacuum thing here on the end of the port here, and I'm going to come in through this side with the 6-inch mandrel. I'm just going to basically smooth up any irregularities in the port, um, and kind of just give it that finish to it. And then once that's done, then what I'm going to do, oh, where is it? Here, this thingy here. So this is an old 80 grit, but it's really smoothed out. So I'm going to use this on the Dremel, and I'm just going to come on the short side, smooth the short side out with this, because this is going to give it a really nice finish. And then same for the push rod pinch. For the push rod pinch, I'm going to put this finish at the end, and it'll give us a nice smooth finish that can add sometimes, especially in this application where the push rod pinch is critical, and the short side radius. They can add, depending on the finish you put, up to 10 CFM. So that's what I'm going to do. Um, anyway, so basically, that's what they look like for now. Um, the exhaust, like, I'm going to do this. Actually, yeah. On the exhaust, I might actually do a finish with this. And again, I'm having this running whenever I'm doing that stuff, so I don't get any dust in my lungs. Because that's a major issue. So, or a major issue that you can have, and I just don't want to run into that when I'm so young. So, oh boy, um, that is what I'm gonna do, and that should be my next update. Is showing you some of the work started being done with the mandrel. We'll see. We'll see. I hope it was on back order. I hope it comes in sometime soon. But yeah, the exhaust. Otherwise, I'm gonna do a fine polish on. So what I'll do on the exhaust is once one of these mandrels is pretty well worn down, I'll use one of these to go in and just polish it up. And then the exhaust or the intakes will make sure it has a nice finish, not smooth, but a nice finish with these as the 80 grits, and that should be good. Anyway, so that's my plans and update on the 596 heads. I'll show you guys where I get from here.